All right, I think we're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nerds on the Couch. It's 7 o'clock and it's September 11th, 2014. And we got a lot to talk about this week. First of all, we do want to give a recap. Last week, we went to the Las Cruces Comic Con, and we got to say it was an awesome blast. We got to thank Zia Comics for hosting the event. And we absolutely loved meeting the Las Cruces fans. And man, I had a lot of fun there. How about you guys?
I have a great time. You know what? I saw so many people, and it was just really, really fun. Just watching people come in cosplay, different types of cosplay, and just having a good old time. Even the people that were going to the board games and everything, it was really cool.
I love the cosplay and the team that won the 9.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They
I saw those. Yeah.
they were really really good. Great costumes, outstanding costumes, and there was some stiff competition.
Oh yeah. Like the Sailor Scouts.
They were very well done. The little baby there, the one that stole the show was the 3-year-old Ewok.
Yeah, come on. That was cute.
That was cute. I've never liked the Ewoks. I've always wanted to shoot one, but that was one that I was like, oh my god, he's too cute.
I mean, you wanted to take that Ewok home with you.
No.
Uh, I got to give props to the little Bilbo Baggins, too. I mean,
Oh yeah, they were really cool. I mean, those two kids. I mean, they were really really cute. I remember leaving the convention to get some lunch, and here come a couple of hobbits. I'm like, oh my god, they're hobbits, hobbitses.
well, I got to give props, too, to the Master Chief costume. That was awesome.
That was awesome. He was 501st.
Oh, he was?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he was.
501st.
He was wearing the wrong suit.
Well, if you look at him and you look at his chest, he has a Mandalorian mark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and I even talked to him. The day before he had come as Iron Man.
Oh, all right. I think we got a picture of him on our
Yeah,
Facebook page.
we got a picture of
Yeah,
him as Iron Man and Master Chief, and both of the pictures are wonderful.
Yeah, I got to give props to the Ghostbusters, though. The youth Ghostbusters were there, and that guy with the Slimer blower, man, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. I asked him where he got it, and he said, "I made it myself."
Of course, too. I mean, we had that family of kick-ass people there with the Pokemon, and no convention is complete without it. Oh man, who was that guy again? Chino, the Marvel guy with the mouth.
oh, you're talking about Deadpool.
Deadpool. Oh, I can't believe I had a brain fart
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, he went
Deadpool.
ahead. He went ahead and punched Carlos.
I was about to. That was
Um,
great.
yeah, that was hilarious to go ahead and have that. One of the other things that I would go ahead and say is that there were enough doctors at that convention for us to open up a whole hospital.
Oh yeah,
Well, there was no shortage of Doctor Who fans in New Mexico, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
yeah.
no, 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 no.
It seems like
There is
Doctor Who.
no shortage.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. Does it seem like Doctor Who is a lot more popular amongst the younger guys now?
Yeah,
Yeah, he definitely took over.
yeah. Um, there's a big fan base. I know this. When I was a Whovian, I was alone in that. Unlike nowadays, they're everywhere. At least every single class that I have, I at least have one Doctor Who fan in there.
Well, let me bring up this once again. How lovely were the Harley Quinns?
There were a lot of them.
Woo! And boy, did
Oh,
that one of them, boy, did she go ahead and have the accent right and everything right. Her boyfriend, the Joker, terrible at being the Joker, but she was a perfect Harlequin.
Well, you know,
I
who
was
went ahead and
completely amazed when she started talking and she had the birdie. It's like, "Hi, everybody." Oh, I
Oh
can't do her
God.
voice, but she was awesome as that. So I got to give props to that.
Talking about the Harlequin though, she's an interesting character. Just thinking about it. Remember, she didn't come out in the comics originally.
You're right. She
Well-
was completed from the Batman animated series, but
Yeah,
it's amazing how she's completely part of it now, and
yeah,
no convention is complete without a Harley Quinn.
yeah.
Well,
Which,
there were different types. There were several, different iterations of Harlequin there.
well, yeah, man. But there's different Batmans, of course.
I know.
yeah. And,
Well-
and I would like to say that particular Joker might be based off of the Young Justice Joker.
That might be why I didn't like it. But I gotta say, thank you, Las Cruces. You guys had a blast. And one thing I gotta say, me and David had an awesome time at the
Remember,
Oh.
what happens in Las Cruces stays in Las Cruces.
You know, you might as well say Vegas, dude.
Well, that's true, but we gotta give a thumbs up to that burlesque show.
Oh yeah,
Woo!
Sailor
Okay,
Moon stole the show.
I was a personal fan of Barbarella, but
She was good. She was good. Oh.
yeah, you guys missed out. Who didn't go?
Yeah, you know what? Take your chances in a place called the Crosses. That's for you. Hey, you take the risk. I'm happy.
Well, again, you got to give props to Zia Comics for starting this. It was a successful convention. I'm looking forward to next year. Angela Potter was such a sweetheart having us there. I got to comment. The staff was incredibly friendly. And a couple of things I got to show. One, some of the guests that were there, of course, Zemetko, that me and David got to talk to. And he didn't want to be on camera, but such an awesome guy. He talked to us for a while, and his artwork is just amazing, and he is a comic book legend. He's up there with Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And
Hey,
I
put
can
it
tell
back.
you this.
Put it back.
I can tell you this. What I loved about him is that he is himself. He doesn't want to go ahead and be anybody else. He is the mafioso, the Godfather, next to Stan Lee. No, truthfully, the guy is a character. He's a hoot.
Yeah.
I loved talking to the guy.
Well, I was hoping Kelly would be here because I wanted to show her these. This came from my friend George Baeza. He's an amazing artist.
Oh, yeah.
He finally did a He-Man for me. I begged him. Last convention, he showed me the He-Man. And then I was like, well, where's Skeletor? And he, rolled his eyes, and he was like, because he gets so much demand. But finally, he got me a Skeletor.
All right.
You know what? That's a little better because the He-Man one was hitting on you. That I'd find that uncomfortable. That's just me.
You didn't like that wink, but he basically still didn't. You even this time said, you know what, you're missing something with his Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I told him the first time when he showed sketches on his Facebook. Excuse me. And then, he was like, oh, I don't know, I'm not going to do Drax. And now he told me at the convention, everybody looked at it and went, where's Drax? Come on, he is an essential part. I just can't imagine Guardians of the Galaxy without him.
And his literalism.
Yep.
Oh,
Nothing
you
goes
gotta
over
love
my
a
head.
literal. But that was awesome, and again, we got to thank them for giving us a booth. We got to say hi to all the new fans we've gotten, and say hi to all the old fans who, David knows. On Friday, we had the 501st, we had the Mandalorian Mercs at our booth. We had like an hour's discussion, And then throughout the day, everybody kept stopping by wanting to talk to us and all that. And that was awesome. It was great meeting those guys, and we're looking forward to the next convention.
And we had a wonderful show there. I mean, for those of you that didn't get to go ahead and see it, you know, we talked about the new Doctor Who with somebody, you know, that really hasn't seen the new Doctor yet, but has shown what she feels about the direction it's going.
And the feelings
quite
about
frankly, well, the thing about this convention, and it reminded me so much of the first Sunsea Sci-Fi convention, is yes, it was smaller, and it didn't need to be bigger. It was comfortable. You can go ahead and when you're there, you can go ahead and get to know everybody rather than getting lost in a sea of smelling nerds.
That's not
David,
nice.
yeah, really?
Really, David?
Well,
Really?
that's the way it is at Comic-Con. Not at this
Really?
one. At Comic-Con, you get stuck with everybody just pushed around you, and you don't get to see anything. You get to see Stanley's head as he goes ahead and goes by. But
Yeah,
this one,
tried to
it was
step on me.
comfortable.
No, David, you brought it up that we got to see. Man, did we get to see stuff. The 60s Batmobile, the
Oh.
DeLorean, the Back to the Future car, the Ninja Turtles, man. Come on, that was a
Ninja
highlight.
Turtles?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to take a picture, but they had long lines, and that Batmobile was just super awesome. I got to thank them for bringing that. That really was a highlight, especially watching the bomb prop from the Batman
Oh
movie.
God, I can't believe they had it.
With the painted on wick, the red on the wick. Oh my God, I'm like, oh jeez.
Well, we got to thank them again. We can't thank them enough. Thank you for having us. We're looking forward to next year, but we got to move on, and we got some more convention news coming up later on our show. Our next topic I want to talk about. How about that Millennium Falcon?
You saw it, huh?
Yeah, come on.
Well, the problem with that, you know what? I like the fact that someone happened to be there. Someone had a drone going by, so they got some looks at it, and somebody was flying over, saw the Millennium Falcon, snapped some shots, and they also got some looks at the new X-wing. It's all blue and was covered, but it was really cool.
I'm thinking that's going to be CGI, or
It is. That's why.
they're going to put the details on.
Texturalize.
Yeah, with special effects, and
Oh yeah.
it's still weird seeing like half a Millennium Falcon.
Actually, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like Return of the Jedi with the Death Star, only a half-finished Death Star. You know? Now it's a half-finished Millennium Falcon. You know?
Well, I'm thinking CGI is probably gonna, they're gonna probably finish it. I'm thinking maybe that half is like the half that the actors are gonna walk up or, physically use, and then the other half it's gonna be like CGI.
Well,
I mean, it
or
looks
it's under
clean.
construction.
It could be, but the other half. I'm looking at the picture right now, and it's not shaped like the Millennium Falcon. It's all squared.
Well, that's because it's the underside. I'd say it's still under construction.
Well, let
It
me
could
take
be.
a look at it.
I mean, it could be because I'm looking at it, and it just seems weird that they did half of it, but they didn't do the other half, even if it's under construction.
The
You
other
don't
thing that it
normally
might be-
build. I mean, you don't normally build one side and work your way to the other. You usually
Yeah.
build a foundation from the bottom,
Or,
and
you know
then you
what?
work up.
I would say that would be what you're seeing on the other side, the left side, maybe the under wire frame that they're building everything, putting everything on top of. Or this could only be for shots from only one side.
Well, yeah, and I'm thinking, the other half probably CGI. This half is probably where the actors are at.
I mean, remember when Star Wars? Not Star Wars. Jaws was being made. You had half of a Bruce.
Well, they had a whole shark too, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you also had, left half of the Bruce. There's nothing in the right hand side, and they would go ahead and have hydraulics in there working that part. This may be, actors walking down part of it. I don't know.
And also,
Um,
you got the fact that poor Harrison Ford, we need to make sure he doesn't get crushed by any part of that Millennium Falcon.
oh man, I just pictured the Millennium Falcon falling on Harrison.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Oh, wait a minute. No.
no.
Well, but
Okay.
to be fair, we don't really know, man. The movie hasn't even started, so we don't know what it is so far.
Well,
It's
they
in
have
construction.
started. They have started it. They were well, they're in England right now. They were filming in the Middle East.
Yeah, well,
So,
things take sequences.
yeah.
They don't shoot a film in order. So who knows? Who knows how the project is going or what they're filming first or whatever. It could be it's not finished yet. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all possibility right now,
Yeah.
and I'm just saying, and I'm also thinking it could be that the half inside is actually a prop, and the half of it is actually there with the decorations and the sets and all that, and that's why they have the frames for the cameras too, and all that to rotate and all that too. So, it's still possibilities, but it is nice that we're actually seeing the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to say this. Looking at the size of the prop and the scale of the vehicles that are around him, this is a full-size Millennium Falcon. And you also got a couple of facts that you want to take a look into. You know what? If they do use it for CGI, they can use the wireframe as guides. Wireframe guide, and then they can cover it.
Mm-hmm.
But it could still be under construction because that construction vehicle, the yellow one, looks like it's laying down panels. So it could be under still construction. They could make it into a real full-size Millennium Falcon that could probably take off and shoot the universe.
Oh man, they actually made a full-size in-scale Millennium Falcon. I would freak and try to get myself inside of it.
You and me both.
You know what? I want a full-scale Firefly. I want to go into that.
Renee, I can just imagine you stealing that and making it into your house. You level your house, you put the Millennium Falcon there, and you're going ahead and living there. I could just see you going ahead and making it into your house.
I could if I would.
You would if you
Just
could.
like-
you mean.
As far as a full-scale Firefly, I think Nathan Fillion has one in his backyard. So
Probably does.
That's his son's treehouse there.
yeah.
I just figured out what Fanboy 2 is going to be all about. We're going to go to Nathan. Get into the Firefly. Hey, I'd be in that.
Yeah, we're gonna kidnap Nathan Fillion and then reenact Firefly scenes.
Oh my God.
Oh, you know what? If he gets kidnapped by nerds, they're going to blame us. It's going to be our fault.
Oh.
Imagine redoing the scenes with the Russian.
God. All right. The other bit of Star Wars news. Some minor ones that they had. Apparently, they had that Twitter picture, and it said, it was a note from J.J. Abrams, and it was just on a piece of paper. But the thing that caught everybody's attention was that it was that the note came on the set of Star Wars, and it looks like it's the set of the Death Star.
Ooh.
It's black with the lights.
Ooh.
So I'm kind of like, what?
Actually, that makes me think of... That actually makes me think of car.
Well, I'm kind of now figuring, like, what's going on here? Because we saw the helmet. There's an updated Stormtrooper helmet.
Right.
And they've confirmed that's a Stormtrooper. We're seeing sets of what looks like Imperial settings. Might be another Death Star. I don't know if it's not. I kind of hope it's not.
Could be any of the Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
I think I think it's gonna be Cylons. That's what it is.
Cylons.
Oh, dude. Dude.
Really?
Oh.
Cylons.
You know
would
the
be a
riots?
twist. That would
You
be
know
a
the
twist.
riots they would have?
Okay, yeah, you're right. There'd be riots, but that would be a twist.
All right, there's a problem with that because they already have a version of Cylons. They're called droids, dude.
Well, I keep thinking if we're at the movies and, we're all excited. There's people in costumes. There's people waving their lightsabers. And I imagine the Star Wars logo is going to come and the scroll's going to come on and everybody's going to freak out when it says Episode 7. And then you see Cylons.
Oh, God. Everyone would be just turning around and just like, what?
You might as well throw the Daleks in there with the Cybermen.
And Buzz Lightyear shows up with a lightsaber. I'm leaving.
You got some Gorn, and the big evil enemy are Ferengi.
Oh, God.
J.J. Abrams would never be able to show his face again in public. Because as soon as he shows up somewhere, a red dot is going to appear somewhere on his body.
No. This is not his version, remember?
He's a director.
No, they replaced him with Joe Schumacher.
Oh, just say it ain't so.
Stormtroopers with nipples.
He put nipples on Chewbacca!
Look at the size of that cod piece.
Okay, stop it. We're killing David. We're
going so wrong.
Oh my God.
Just for David. You know what I hope they have at Censor This Thing Studio? I hope Howard the Duck shows up in one.
Oh man, that would just kill the franchise. That would kill any hope of anything.
Yeah, but all of that is still nothing compared to Jar Jar Binks.
I don't know, man. I think some of that stuff would really. If Bud Lightyear shows up, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Hey.
It would be definitely done. And anything could happen with that Infinity Gauntlet. You know that.
Oh, Captain America and the Avengers show up, and I'm just like, oh, no. Damn you, Disney! Oh, man. I mean, none of them would be able to show up. The riots.
We've inspired so much fan fiction with this conversation right here.
You know who would be happy? It'd be the Star Trek fans. They'd open their arms. Yeah, come on in, guys. Come on, join us.
We're ready to receive you.
And the final thing that would come out is probably Barbarella.
All right,
Well,
moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. Save our souls. All right, we got
talking about the Millennium Falcon, getting to see that. What did you guys think about getting to see the new Batman?
Batmobile.
The Batmobile.
Awesome.
I'd say awesome.
I give that Batmobile a thumbs up. It looks like the Batmobile.
It does. I even seen the pictures of the hatches open. And it looks really, really good. It almost looks like the DeLorean. It just opens up and just has that. It looks really, really nice. I like it. And cannons.
Yeah, it has guns and cannons.
Yeah, that thing's gonna get destroyed.
No. It better have kryptonite rims. That's all I gotta say. Kryptonite rims. It should be fine.
No self-destruct mode, please.
No, yeah, the self-destruct mode is a Man of Steel, man. I'm pretty sure he's gonna total that thing, Unless that thing is shooting kryptonite bullets, I don't know, man.
Batman.
Well, the car, looking at the car, it looks like it has some elements from the Tumbler.
Yeah.
But then it looks like the one from the video games.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of Dark Knight Returns, in the future one, Frank Miller's one, it looks a little like that for me. I mean, in scale, it looks big, like a tank, or bigger.
Well, the
It's
thing
fun.
that still gets me is that we've seen Superman, we've seen shots with Clark Kent and all that. There was some with Gal Gadot, but we haven't seen the action yet with Ben Affleck.
They might be keeping it under wraps for all we know, for maybe good reason.
That's terrible.
Yeah, we get to see the new footage, and you see the kapow bubbles coming up.
Oh, dude.
No, you know what I want to see, and Renee will back me up on this. He wants to see that Kiss movie where they replaced, that guy with,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so,
Yeah, he was talking about the what was it called, Phantom of the Park, or
something like
Yeah.
that, Phantom, something like that, yeah. So we're gonna have scenes where we see Ben Affleck, and then when he's fighting, we're gonna have scenes with, oh, that'd be funny.
oh man, no, he's talking about like in the Kiss movie that they made. Peter Criss was so messed up that they actually had to dub his voice,
Oh God.
and it was so badly dubbed. I mean, it was terrible because apparently Peter Criss can't talk right, which is why he's the drummer. But
I
again,
was
go ahead.
I was talking more of that time where, remember they had the stunt double replace him for some of the action scenes. Remember what the stunt double looked like compared to,
Oh
the
yeah, he
We're
didn't
gonna
look
do that.
anything like him.
Oh, we'll see what happens.
It's kind of like watching a
I-
scene from Spaceballs.
Yeah.
You got their stunt doubles. This is what they look like. One's a man, when it's a girl. That sort of thing.
The girl has the beard, with the cigars, smoking the cigar.
Well,
But
I'm thinking partly that you don't see Batman yet because those were day shots. They're shooting them in the day. Batman comes out at night, so technically nobody's seen any outside Batman shots when they were shooting The Dark Knight Rises and all those either.
Well, we have seen a picture of Batman. It was badass. Everybody's seen
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
And, and that he looked bad in that armor, glowing eyes, everything. That looked cool.
Yeah, and then I like the other costume too. The original black and white one they released.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it, but we still gotta hope and see for pictures. People at the Las Cruces one were asking us for info about it, and basically, again, the film is still, I don't know, I think they're about halfway done, and the movie's on the way. It's going to get released in March next year, and I'm still positive. I still think it's going to be good because the whole DC universe is now revolved around this movie.
Is it 2015 or 2016?
2015.
Good. Because I want to watch it. Definitely want
And
to see this movie.
I thought that they were that it was still a full year out.
Well, look it up,
Oh,
dude.
no, you're right. My mistake. The release date for Batman vs Superman is March 25th, 2016.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was 2015, we would have already started to see we would have already been seeing, sneak peeks and all that, and
I think for actual footage, it'd probably be Comic-Con next year.
I can't wait that long. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to freeze myself so that way I can watch it in 1 year and, when it comes out. You know what I mean?
you're gonna
You know
you're
what?
gonna go ahead and be like the Flash, going ahead and going around in circles so you can get there quicker.
No.
You should have stolen the DeLorean at the convention.
Oh, yeah. With the flux capacitor and everything. You know what?
I have a perfect strategy for watching this movie. I'm gonna enjoy the movie, and when Ben Affleck comes out, I'll take restroom breaks and that should solve my problem completely. Oh,
Well,
popcorn time.
No, it's too bad that there's no fast forward button while you're in the movie theater for you.
See,
Oh, think how many people I would piss off everybody, man.
I still remember when I first went and saw the movie House. There was a scene, and it was a sort of a nudie scene, and my friend, who was very obnoxious, shouted out, "Rewind, rewind!" I was ready to punch the out of him for going ahead and saying that, because everybody was looking at us, and I was going,
I'm not with him.
"Oh,
I prefer what Renee said when we were watching the movie Last Action Hero. That was messed up. That was funny.
What did you say? What did you say? I gotta hear this.
yeah." What did he
I
say?
forgot, man. I forgot that movie.
It's a good
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
He saw Last Action Hero, and he was like, "Oh, with that magic ticket, I'd go see Debbie Does Dallas."
Yeah.
Hey, that was funny, dude. I laughed. That was great.
That was.
You sure you wouldn't go ahead and do the slave Leia part?
No, man. No. Jabba would
Okay.
hate me. All right. Before now that we're in trouble, what's going on with the Daredevil movie?
Well,
I mean, the Netflix series. Netflix series.
let's finish talking about DC, man. We got a lot of DC.
Well, what
news
else we got?
from the-
What else we got with it?
Well, we talked about Constantine, which we mentioned a surprise guest in Constantine, which I'm looking forward to. I hope they do it right. We'll see how it goes out, And if you read the story, you know who the surprise guest is. The Spectre. That's cool. I'm looking forward to that. I've never seen the Spectre aside from the animated short film that they did, which was great. I've never seen him in media anywhere else. So
Well,
I'm interested.
I read his. I don't say I've read his comics. I've read the stories where he's involved. Like the Infinity Crisis and all those different stories. He is a very interesting character. He's a spirit. He's a force of nature. He's a spirit of vengeance or justice.
Yeah.
If an injustice happens, it calls to him, and he seeks it out. But now the new series, before he was aloof, he was like elemental. He came and went as how he wanted, as he pleased. They changed him in the comic books. I don't know if we're going to see this version, where it was a Gotham police detective who got shot down. The spirit possessed him, and he's still alive. But the spirit, when there's injustice, and again, it doesn't work out so well because he's a cop, just cold justice, not the law, but justice, revenge. Mm-hmm. And the character struggled because he's with the law, he believes in the law, but the spirit of vengeance doesn't care about the law, he just wants to equalize things.
Yeah.
So there was always that struggle. And that short was good.
Yeah, if they do it right, he'd be really interesting in Constantine. He'd be really interesting if they can pull it off and they manage to do him justice. We'll see. We really don't know very much about Constantine right now.
Well, they showed that Dr. Fate is coming in that episode too.
Really?
In the series, yeah. Remember in the preview, he pulls out a helmet and it's Dr. Fate's helmet.
Oh, cool! I didn't see that. Cool.
Yeah, they had it in the trailer. So.
Oh,
Dr. Fate is coming. The Spectre is coming. Looking forward to see who else. They promise other people. So.
Yeah, I hope they do it right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I haven't really seen too much, so hopefully they do it justice. Along with to finish off some of the DC news so far that we've gotten. You also posed an interesting question of who would be an interesting Harlequin to who could play a Harlequin. I only saw two names: Dakota Fanning and Taylor Schilling.
Well, let me tell you, my version, and I think she would be, excuse me, amazing, Juno Temple. She's got beautiful, crazy eyes. Juno Temple, she was in Mr. Nobody. She was one of the fairies in Maleficent.
Was she in Brass Teapot?
I haven't seen Brass Teapot. She was Catwoman's friend in the Dark Knight Rises. And man, she mostly does drama stuff. And like I said, the last action thing she was a fairy in the Maleficent movie, the pretty one, the young blonde one.
Yeah.
And they had her on the list, but she's kind of has the crazy eyes, and she can be really energetic and calm too. And that's the way I picture Harley Quinn. I picture her that she can be energetic, she can be just out there, but when she wants to be, she can calm and reserve.
Yeah, she was in Sin City too, the new one.
Yeah, you're right. She was in that. I don't know. I'm trying to forget that movie. But also, Katie Sackhoff could pull it off too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But that's the thing. I know Chino's not looking forward to seeing a Ben Affleck Batman solo movie, but we gotta have a Harley Quinn. We gotta have, and I don't know about you guys, but I want an Arkham City Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I definitely want that one too.
Agreed.
Yeah. But we'll probably get the 52, and I'm not crazy about the 52 one. All right, what else we got coming?
Well, we also got the fact that on Gotham they announced a new villain, and it's a woman who's trying to be a monster called Fish Mooney, and played by Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, I thought that was her.
Yeah, I saw that, and I read somewhere that she's kind of has a connection with the young Catwoman. But in the trailer, I saw the trailer, and it has a young Catwoman looking about 14 or so, prowling the roofs. I'm not crazy.
So they're going more on the cat burglar type of Catwoman.
Well, she was a cat burglar. Yeah,
I know. Her beginning.
I mean, the Halle Berry one, it was less. I mean, I don't know that one as much.
Well, but come on.
They've often gone with one that's not as much cat burglar, like the one in Tim Burton's one.
Yeah, but dude, the Halle Berry one, she wasn't even Catwoman, dude. Just Patience Price. She was like a separate character. Really had nothing to do with the mythology.
Yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things that they put together just to have her dress around in the worst outfits ever.
Well, we talked about this. Remember, Chino? They did one movie. They had first of all, their mistake was they had a French director who doesn't do action movies.
Yeah.
And they shot almost 2/3 of the movie, and there was no action scenes.
Holy.
All right, just to show you how ridiculous this was. They had no action scenes. It was completely. There was a scene where she's stealing and she does some acrobatics and all that, but no superhero stuff. And what ended up happening was that the movie, they shut down the movie for 2 weeks, and the staff and all that got vacations, and they brought in a new screenwriter, and I don't remember if they fired the director or not, but I think they put a gun to his head. And they rewrote the script. And it came to what it
sounds like The Godfather. It sounds like The Godfather. I'm gonna make him an offer he won't refuse.
He
better make this film better,
dude.
I want action.
These movies are $20 million, $30 million movies.
It's money. It's a lot of money.
When it comes to money, they don't mess around, man. They legalized, if they're over budget or something, they'll send heavies. They'll send people to go, hey, what's going on? You're wasting our money. And it makes a director's life uncomfortable. Directors have talked about horror stories.
Yeah.
That people, they get bullied if they're not doing what they think is right. And we'll talk about the Spider-Man news that came out a bit later about it. But, they don't, that movie was just terrible, but this Catwoman looks a little better. But we have to remember, they're not villains yet.
Yeah.
The Penguin is still Mr. Cobblepot.
You reminded me of that movie Tropic Thunder when you were talking about what directors go through making a movie. Because that guy just shows you exactly what he goes through trying to make a movie.
Well, we saw what went through him. Apparently, some dynamite.
Yeah, they blew up the director, and they all think that it was just. Oh God, I haven't seen a movie like that. But
yeah, talking about
hilarious.
talking about what you said about directors and the hard time that they have. Yeah, that movie highlights it perfectly.
That also went method acting out, taking it to a new level.
Yeah,
right,
but
guys.
you know what? I have to agree with you though. Juno Temple would be a really great choice for Harley Quinn. She really would. She's got the look, and you can also buy the fact that she is well educated. She's a clinical psychologist.
I did like her in Mr. Nobody. That was she had a great part in that. And if you haven't seen that movie, it's on Netflix. It's one of those that made little noise, but man, it's deep. It's a weird sci-fi deep mind F of a movie, but it's really cool. All right, what else we got coming?
Oh, let's shift to Marvel. I can't think of anything else with DC.
Yeah, I think
Marvel.
we're done.
With Marvel, I like the Agents of Shield. They're gonna have Agent Carter and some of the Howling Commandos come out in Agents of Shield. So I'm looking forward to that. Because I really like Captain America: The First Avenger. I like the Howling Commandos. I like Agent Carter. I'm looking forward to seeing them in Shield. We'll see.
I want to clear something, because the news that came out is that she is going to be in a flashback episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, with something that's going on now. Or is being caused by things that happened in the past, and that's kind of their gateway to the Agent Carter miniseries that's going to come out next year.
Well,
so there is still that miniseries coming out.
I mean, I haven't been paying as much attention to how this series is going to be out. I'll tell you what I'm wanting to see from the second season. I want to see the whole bit, you can't trust anybody. Not Cobra. Hydra is out there.
Cobra! Cobra!
I will stop this shit.
Hydra. No, but that Hydra's out there. I don't want them to do what they did to Doctor Who, because there was a point where when the silence was out there, everybody was anticipating the next season it was going to be this all-out battle, the silence going ahead and battling against Doctor Who, and then they went ahead and just threw that storyline to the side. And I don't want them to just throw this storyline of Hydra out there. I was about to say Cobra again.
Cobra on the head.
Hydra out there going ahead, and I don't want them to go ahead and put it to the sideline and just go on with more episodic shows. I want to see this progression of Hydra, they're underground. I want to see that. That, for me, would be more interesting. So we'll see how that works.
I think the next time we're going to see Hydra is probably Avengers 2.
Well, we got hints. We got hints of Hydra at the end of Captain America: The First Avenger. I mean, the Winter Soldier. We saw that Hydra isn't what's the word I want to say? Isn't taking things lying down. They have things in the works. We know this is going to happen.
I mean, of course, Captain America: The Winter Soldier is out on DVD, and we had the scene with Baron Struckhoff, who is a major villain. He is a major Captain America villain, and he's going to be the villain. He's going to be a villain in Avengers 2. Of course, Ultron is the main villain, but again, it's confirmed that this guy is going to be in Avengers 2, and that's why Captain America, the end of Captain America, leads into the Avengers. But as far as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I don't think we're going to have any groundbreaking. I mean, you might have some S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra battles, things, but I don't think they're going to change the Marvel universe. I think they saved that for the movies.
No,
Yeah.
not change the Marvel universe, but I mean dealing with the aftermath, because we saw it at the very ending episodes where they are sort of going underground because of everything that's happened in Captain America, and I'd like to see that storyline at least developed a little more.
Well,
But
the series kind of they did defeat the Hydra villains they had in the TV series. Bill Pullman is not coming back. You know,
You sure?
and no, pretty much sure he was vaporized if you remember. Uh, you know, and then but the point I was trying to say is that they kind of left it where they're kind of going to be dealing with aliens and the weird things that happened with Agent Coulson,
Hmm.
You know,
especially in the
the,
previews.
You know the one thing that I love about Marvel, they do a good job of connecting everything or having things to connect them. I mean, one of my favorite thing of Marvels is what was it? Item 47? Was that what it's called? I can't
Yeah.
remember, but
Oh yeah.
that was great. That connected to not just the heroes, which I love, but the world around them or the world besides them or whatever. You know what I mean? It focuses on them too. Which I thought was great. Item 47 was great. I haven't seen Agent Carter. I gotta run a scene that one, but yeah, all those are great. Oh, the one where Coulson is in the convenience store buying something on the way to
Yeah.
handle the thing, and he's like, throw me your thing. Okay. Do you also want my gun? Because I have a gun. I could. Yeah, throw the gun. And Coulson's just messing with him.
Well, I gotta say, I'm disappointed. There's nothing with Captain America.
Really?
Yeah, there's no mini movie. There's nothing with the Captain America DVD.
Ah, that's disappointing.
Yeah. Well, I will
Yeah.
say this, I can't wait until somebody decides to write that great play that's going to come out one of these days. Agents of Shields, Turn Out the Dark. Wonderful.
oh,
No, I mean we're still supposed to go see it sometime, but
It's supposed to be dangerous and people get killed and everything, yeah.
when is the Marvel tour coming to? I guess Albuquerque, because they never come to El Paso. Yeah, have you guys saw that? Did you guys see the clip for that?
I have
No.
no idea.
Yeah, it's like a Marvel stunt show or something, kind of like what they did with the Batman one, which I missed too. I mean, I keep missing these shows. They keep going to
That Brett-
Albuquerque.
that brings me back to the 1980s with the He-Man live action show that would go ahead and tour around. I did see that once because my cousin wanted to go see it.
I
I
saw
get it.
that one. I saw Mortal Kombat. I saw Power Rangers. They had a Power Rangers too.
I get a different image in my head when I hear of Spider-Man or what you said, and Turn Off the Dark or something. I can see the headline in the news. Circus du Soleil done wrong. That's just the image I get in my head.
Agent Carter doing the reverse thing, Fetzel thingy.
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right, that's gone a little too far.
All right. What else we got in Marvel news?
Daredevil. I'm looking forward to Daredevil, and they keep announcing what the new cast is. Actually, my favorite thing right now that I like about Daredevil is who they're gonna get to play Kingpin, which I think is a perfect choice. I'm looking forward to Vince D'Onofrio as the Kingpin. I like Vince D'Onofrio. There's very few movies I've seen him in I don't like.
Well,
he's a really good actor.
I gotta say he's a great actor and all that, but I feel sorry for him now because he is the size of Kingpin.
Yeah.
He can't
That's an
play
actor.
anything else, man. I mean, he got like that during the end of Law and Order. Man, as much as I love this guy and all that, and I know he had a heart attack, and he has issues. I know he has issues. Man, he needs to hit the treadmill, and because he is you're right. He's absolutely perfect for Kingpin now. I mean, he can't play anything else. I mean, man, that guy just got. I mean, I still remember him from Men in Black, and And well, the earliest thing we've seen him was Adventures in Babysitting. He was Thor,
Yeah, he was
which is
Thor.
sad because he was all buff. And then the other thing I remember him from was Full Metal Jacket, which he was a little chunky, but not dramatically so. And then Law and Order. In the beginning of Law and Order, he was okay. You know, he wasn't huge. And then toward the end of Law and Order, man, it's like he ate his co-star. You know? And I know he's had heart attacks. I know he has mental issues, but man, you're right, Kingpin. I guess that's what he can play. But I'm just hoping he gets it together. Anything else on the Marvel news?
No, that's all I got. What about you guys?
No, not so far. I had something about DC, but it slipped my mind again.
Well, we got the news of the Ghostbusters, supposedly, or again, Bill Murray's talking about it. And it's been misquoted that he wants an all-female Ghostbusters. No, it's not all-female. Is that he said that it would be a good idea having female Ghostbusters
Yes.
in the mix, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too. Especially when they're getting changed and getting ready for a battle. You know, that'd be great.
We did have one more Marvel news that I just looked up. What do you guys think of Michael Douglas not wearing a costume for the Ant-Man?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's not. Well, one, he's old.
Yeah, he's an older Hank Pym. We've talked about this before. We talked about it on with people. Of what I'm understanding, he's an older Hank Pym. Some of the stuff that's leaked out is maybe this is him sort of after certain events that had happened in his life that he's basically regretting. Yeah, he's basically tried to retire himself from the whole situation, which leads into the question of what is Ant-Man the movie going to be about? Is it going to be Hank Pym, or is this going to be something else?
No.
Well, Paul Rudd is Ant-Man.
Yeah, this is true. And from what I read, that he's not gonna go ahead and he's not gonna put on the suit, but you're gonna see his suit hanging, on display or whatever. And Paul Rudd basically is gonna be in the suit. He's gonna be Ant-Man for sure, number one. And even then, they had to soften the suit a little bit because Paul Rudd was just a little bit too muscular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I never thought I'd hear the word Paul Rudd and too muscular in a sentence. That kind of bothers me.
That's what Douglas said.
Well, one, he was never excessively big. He never really had a belly. He was always like in shape, but not like superhero shape.
Yeah.
But you do these movies, you got to work out. But the story so far, what I'm hearing, my sources have said, is that it's a heist plot film. That somebody, it could be some villainous organization, could be Hydra, AIM. I'm hoping AIM.
That would be cool. Bring it in.
It is some villain kidnaps, or again, they stole some important technology that that Hank Pym is forced into action, and he needs help, and Paul Rudd comes in, and he becomes a superhero to take back what was stolen, or else like the world's going to blow up, or some great catastrophe is going to happen, and that's the general plot.
Yeah, I like the term reluctant hero. He's a reluctant hero. He doesn't want to do it, but circumstances kind of force him into it,
He's not the Ant-Man that we wanted, but he's the Ant-Man we deserve. I even go.
That horse is. Unless you know necromancer, you're not bringing back that horse.
Yeah. Beat the dead horse deader. Beat that dead horse deader.
Now, the one that has me kind of stumped is that this is we're on phase 2. And
Starting phase 3.
That was 3. That was phase 3.
Yeah.
No, we're in phase 2, right? We're in phase 2. We're headed towards phase 3. Yeah.
Yeah, Ant-Man is going to be phase 3. You're right.
Yeah.
And so we have Doctor Strange. We have these other ones, and so far they've said Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be in Avengers 3. They're going to have a major role in what's happening, and if you pay attention to what happened in Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you pay close attention to what's happening now, you kind of see what's happening and where it's going. Possibly, I can see Ant-Man joining the Avengers. According to rumors, is that we're not going to have the same lineup of Avengers for Part 3.
Yeah.
We're going to have just Captain America, and everybody else is going to be brand new. No Thor, no Iron Man, because Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is contracted for Iron Man 3, so probably we're going to see Iron Man. But no Thor. Thor, Chris Hemsworth is not contracted for another Avengers movie. Scarlett Johansson is not under contract. Neither is the actor who Renner.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner's not contracted. So it's possible we're going to have a new lineup for Avengers with Guardians of the Galaxy. And I keep thinking, oh, man, well, they have to change the lineups.
Yeah.
They have to do this stuff because, you still see the same team over and over again. It would get boring.
The way you're sounding, I can see the coach on the sideline. Okay. Okay. We're going to be pulling. Okay. Yeah. Hulk, you're out of this one. Okay. Who are we going to send in? Number 23. Okay. Get in there. 23. Get in there. You're sounding like it's like a football game or something.
It is.
Well, that's how the Avengers is, man. That's they've had so many lineups in the comics.
I mean, they had She-Hulk, Spider-Man.
For sure, I hope we have 2. Well, actually, depending on Avengers 2. Let's see. I hope we have 2, depending on how they perform. I want to see Scarlet Witch. I want to see Quicksilver, man. We'll see. No. Hopefully.
I want to see Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl.
Hey.
Animal Man.
Let me say something here. You guys joke about Squirrel Girl? She is actually one of the most powerful Marvel characters. She can kick so much ass. She defeated Doctor Doom.
Squirrel Girl.
She defeated Doctor Doom.
Yep.
So, don't make fun of her, man. She'll whoop your butt so bad.
Like I said, I want her in.
Yeah. But just to bring food for thought, while we're finishing up, last topic we brought up was Ghostbusters 3.
Right.
And again, Bill Murray still says it's happening, but his role, Dan Aykroyd's role, probably not Ernie Hudson, but still, these guys, they're going to have limited roles. They're not going to be the main stars anymore. And who do you want to see as Ghostbusters?
Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt. Definitely.
Chris Pratt would be awesome.
I don't think we're going to get him, but yeah, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, might. People forget he's a comedic actor.
Yeah, that's why. I would love seeing him in Ghostbusters, just for that. He is a comedic actor.
Joseph Gad.
Joseph Gad.
Yeah, I want to see Joseph Gad as the bad guy,
Yeah.
No. I would have I would have Joseph Gad as the scientist in the group.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting twist, yeah.
For my female, I would have Kristen Wiig. I like that. I like the idea of Kristen Wiig as a Ghostbuster.
I want to see Steve Carell. Well, Steve Carell would be interesing in something.
I don't know. He's kind of old.
He doesn't necessarily have to be a Ghostbuster. He could be, like what was his name? The bad guy in the first movie. What was that bureaucrat? Forgot his name.
Walter Peck.
Yeah. He could be a Peck-like character. Yeah.
And nobody cares about his action figure.
Yeah. Let me see. There. You know what? What would be the worst thing that you could think having a Ghostbusters? Something like Megan Fox.
Oh. Or it would suck if they had Adam Sandler as a Ghostbuster.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Adam Sandler is the kiss of death and has been since, oh God, Dick and Jane.
Oh God, don't remind me of
Don't
that
even
one.
bring that up, dude.
Remember whose wife it
Yeah.
was that forced us to watch that movie.
It
No,
Hey.
wasn't Dick and Jane.
Jack
No,
and,
that was
Jack
the
and Jill.
Yeah,
Jack and
Jack and
Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Oh, that was a turd of a movie.
Okay, now I can imagine Adam Sandler going, "Hello, do you have a ghost?"
Oh God.
You know,
Uh,
and we talked about this before. You know who would have been great, and you know he's not with us anymore. But me and Renee talked about this. It'd be great if they had Chris Farley. Chris Farley
Yeah.
would have
Oh
ruled.
yeah.
He would have ruled in Ghostbusters. But oh well.
You know, nowadays, I know if I'm going to do Ghostbusters, I would get the young comedians. I would get, like, up and comers.
Gabriel Iglesias.
Gabriel Iglesias would be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yes.
Having
he
Fluffy
might-
as a Ghostbuster would be hilarious.
or not as
Yeah.
a Ghostbuster, the guy that has just seen a ghost and going ahead and seeing his reactions. Ah!
No, but still, having Fluffy be a Ghostbuster would be awesome.
I have a question. Okay, thinking of people back in the day in their prime that might have been good Ghostbusters. Jim Carrey?
In his prime, yeah. I mean, in his prime, Jim Carrey would have been great as anything.
Yeah.
I mean, put him as the Joker, he would have been a great Joker. He was a great Riddler.
He was. He was the only good thing about that film. Almost made me forget that Val Kilmer was Batman.
He wasn't the worst Batman.
No, that goes to George Clooney after.
Yeah, even
No.
George Clooney apologizes for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
dude, the entire cast apologized for that movie.
I like what George Clooney said about Batman. He says, you know what? I did it. I needed the money. That's basically his thing. I was young, I was young. I needed the money. Was basically his stand.
Well, that's what he said. He said Batman made him a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's the one movie that actually jumped him from 6 digits from 6 digits to 7 digits. And he always says, that Batman, that movie did not bomb. It made money. It did make its money, but...
It was the Iron Man 3 of its day.
Well, no, even then, dude, it's not even the Iron Man 3, because some people, we talked about it, some people love Iron Man 3.
Ugh. I can't imagine who that is.
I can't figure out why.
No, dude, some people still like Iron Man 3. I've had people come up to me and tell me that they liked Iron Man 3.
How can you have a suit and that not doesn't work?
There are people out there that like Dark Knight Rises.
Yes.
Ah!
Imagine why.
Yeah, we had one at the convention say, I like Dark Knight Rises. I'm like, oh, okay. So I can't argue with that. People like what they're going to like. So
This is true. And there are people that like the new Ninja Turtles, and there are going to be people like us that don't. I mean, it's always going to be that way.
Well, the kids like the Ninja Turtles. That's
true.
the one thing I can't argue. The kids loved it. So the kids loved it. Well, I can't say anything.
Well, I talked to some of the kids. Kids, I'm meaning the teenagers. And they were in agreement. The Turtles themselves were the draw. Anytime the Turtles were on there, it was great. Everything else stank. And I said it in the review. I said the Turtles were spot on. Everything else tanked.
That much I got to agree with. We're coming up on the hour, so...
we got one more thing before we go.
All right, let's make it quick.
Yeah, well, you guys make it quick. I just heard about this recently. The Song of the Star Slayer. What's that about?
The Song of the Star Slayer?
Starkiller.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
he's talking
Starkiller.
Song of Starkiller.
Star Slayer.
Or is it Star Slayer?
Star Slayer.
Okay.
Song, well, first of all, I was leading. That was my final...
Oh. Sorry about that, dude. Didn't mean to jump on you. Sorry.
No, I mean, we're going to talk about it. Basically, the announcement is, of course, in October, we have the Sun City Sci-Fi. They're going to be doing the Fan Expo over here in El Paso, Texas. October... I'm trying to get the dates here. I was building up to it. Basically, again, they are friends at the Sun City. They're going to be doing the Fan Expo. It's going to be October 4th and 5th at the El Paso Convention Center. And we have major announcements to say. First of all, Nerds on the Couch, we are going to be there. We're going to have a booth again. We're going to have our discussions. And hopefully, again, we're going to do a live show. And, of course, guests are going to be there. It's going to be our friend Daniel Logan.
It's not just going to be a live show. We're going to be having.
Well,
live...
hold on. I'm getting to it.
All right.
Let me build it up first.
Okay.
We have our friend Daniel Logan showing up. We have Barbara Goodson, who was Rita Repulsa, and Tim Rose, who was Admiral Akbar.
Yay!
Yay!
Mark Dodson, who was puppeteering. He was Delicious Crumb, and he did a lot of the special effects for Return of the Jedi. The very lovely Karika Yashida is going to be there. Of course, she's a friend of ours. And new cosplay guest, Leanna Vamp, is going to be there. So she's a famous Star Wars cosplayer, and of course, Billy West is going to join the convention circuit.
Yay! Philip J. Fry!
Yeah, Fry and a whole bunch of Stimpy.
Fry, Zoidberg, Professor.
I have some questions for him about Stimpy and some of those lines. I mean,
he was Ren and Stimpy, dude. He was both.
I know, but how could he do some of those lines? I mean, I've seen some of the episodes where, I mean, I'm like watching them like this is nearly pornographic. What the heck?
Well, we also met Hermes, so that's cool. We also met Hermes not too long ago, or last year.
Well, yeah, he's cool.
Anyway, basically, the big announcements again. Of course, this is a very Star Wars theme convention, but part of it that's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, is that our friends, first of all, our friends from the Mandalorian Mercs and the 501st, and of course myself, because I'm the Star Wars expert of the group, are going to be hosting a panel titled "The Future of Star Wars." Me, along with some of the, again, Mandalorian Mercs and the 501st, are going to be discussing in a panel about the future and the potential of Star Wars. We're going to be talking about Episode 7, possible future Disney Star Wars movies, and by that time we're going to have the premiere of Star Wars Rebels, which we will be discussing. So again, that's a panel that I'm going to be participating in. As Nerds on the Couch, we are also on a separate panel, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be moderating a fan film that's being worked on here in El Paso called Song of the Star Slayer. Yep. It is an independent fantasy film being produced in El Paso, Texas. And of course, Nerds on the Couch will be moderating that panel. We will be talking to the director. We will be talking to the stars. And we might, again, if we play our cards right and all that, might have actual footage to show you guys. Or, again, screenshots and all that of the film being made. So, again, Nerds on the Couch is going to be moderating that panel. So we got 2 jobs to do that show.
We're going to be very busy on those 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just going to be exciting. So, again, come join us at Sun City Sci-Fi in October. It's going to be an awesome show. And I think we covered everything, right?
Yep. Everything that needs to be covered, yes.
We got one more thing that Orly brought up, the Godzilla Blu-ray. What were you going to say, Orly?
Oh, yeah, it's coming out, I think, next week?
Yeah.
On Tuesday, I think, yeah.
Yeah. I want to get it. I can't wait to see The Kiss of Death done by Godzilla again, and then see if they put in the 1980s classic Bambi versus Godzilla.
Oh, I love that one.
Here's one I just heard about that. They're having like a little documentary on the government conspiracy of Godzilla, which is kind of like the hints we saw in the beginning, remember?
Yeah.
That the reports and all that. There's like a short little film or a short little clip of that. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Well, I mean, it's going to be something for us to go ahead and watch. So, well, we're at about the hour.
Yeah, we're a little past it. Again, thank you for joining us, everybody. You can catch the latest nerd news and everything on our Facebook page, facebook.com/nerdsoec. And you can catch our post reviews of all the crazy stuff we do on nerdsonthecouch.com and catch our YouTube videos and all that there. So as far as things go, we'll see you. Join us next week.
Adios.
See ya.